Thank you. I'm honored to have been asked to deliver a benediction at this graduation ceremony, and I'm happy to do so, but I do want to acknowledge that we usually expect benedictions to be delivered by a priest, minister, rabbi, imam, some similarly ordained religious leader. So I hope it's not too much of a disappointment that I'm just another of your professors here at Fordham University. Now, it is true that back in the days of the medieval university, professors were granted a semi-clerical status, but those days are long gone. With that loss comes some compensation. However, for example, we're allowed to get married now. Now, a benediction usually takes the form of a blessing, and I think it's important to remember that we all have the power to bless one another. And it's equally true that we all have the power to curse one another, and both are reflections of the power of communication. Having completed our graduate program, some of you studying strategic communication, some of you studying journalism, you all have deepened your understanding of the process of communication and honed your skills as media practitioners. May all that you have learned here in your time with us be a blessing for you, and may you use what you have learned for the benefit of others. In keeping with our identity as a Jesuit institution, may your time with us help you to achieve the ideal of eloquentia perfecta, perfect eloquence. This is not the slick eloquence of the con artist, not the spellbinding speech of the demagogue, not a matter of manipulation for selfish ends, not about deceit and deception. Rather, it's the ability to communicate with honesty and integrity, to share knowledge and understanding, to provide insight and clarity. Eloquentia perfecta originally referred to public address, but communication is about listening as well as speaking. Listening is the basis of learning. Effective communicators know how to improve their messages by listening to their audiences, but listening in and of itself sends a message. It signals recognition of others as human beings. Listening and responding demonstrates respect for others as persons. As Martin Buber explained, genuine responsibility exists only when there is real responding. So may your time with us help you to be responsible and responsive communicators. Communication is about finding common ground, about coming together, negotiating, cooperating, communing. Communication is about forming relationships and building communities. May your time with us help you to bring people together and not pull them apart. Communication is about the making of meaning, the discovery of meaning, and the sharing of meaning. May your time with us help you to make meaning on your own, make mutual meanings with others, and make for yourselves meaningful lives and careers. Communication is not just about transmitting messages, transporting information, delivering content. It's about reading as well as writing, receiving as well as sending. It's about being receptive and attentive, engaged and aware. It's about being open-minded, but also analytical and critical about the messages we receive. May your time with us help you to sharpen your decoding abilities and media literacy skills, to identify error, correct mistakes, and thereby help to make things better. We have all of us borne witness to the enormous influence that our technologies and media of communication have on every aspect of contemporary life. We hope that your coursework here has helped deepen your appreciation and understanding of the power of our media and instilled in you an awareness of the ethical issues and concerns raised by our technologies of communication. Marshall McLuhan, who once upon a time taught about such things at Fordham University, explained that nothing is inevitable as long as we are willing to contemplate what is happening. We cannot afford to go throughout history as sleepwalkers. We need to be thoughtful and mindful and recall that just because we can do something doesn't mean that we ought to do something, that sometimes we can just say no. May your time with us help you to be reflective about your choices and willing to question what others take for granted about our media and innovations. As journalists and professional communicators, we have an obligation to do our best in providing accurate accounts and descriptions of our world. We have an obligation to report and not distort the facts, and to distinguish between fact and opinions. We have an obligation to support the freedom of information and also to correct misinformation and to call out disinformation in those who cause harm by its dissemination. May your time with us help you to be better informed as citizens and better able to contribute to an informed citizenry. Democracy depends on communication that is open, honest, and transparent, on the rational exchange of ideas, on the freedom of expression. Too often when we say, "That's your opinion," it's a way of shutting down discussion, but instead, stating an opinion should be an invitation to dialogue, debate, and deliberation. May your time with us help you to contribute to preserving and enhancing the democratic institutions that we all hold so dear, to the rule of law and protection of human rights, to the peaceful resolution of conflicts and disagreements, and to the rational thought that it all depends on. As a Jesuit institution, our goal is to help you to be men and women for others. And that means that you incorporate a sense of caring and compassion as professional communicators, and a sense of service alongside your pursuit of success in your careers. The book of Deuteronomy famously commands justice. Justice shall you pursue. And how can we forget when the words of the prophet Amos was quoted by the Reverend Martin Luther King in his historic "I Have a Dream" speech? "We are not satisfied and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream." In Judaism, the concept of tikkun olam speaks to the sense that it is our responsibility to heal the world, to repair the world, to complete God's unfinished work of creation. And in the tradition of all of the Abrahamic religions, human beings were made in the image of God. All of us contain the divine spark and creative power within us. All of us are tasked with responsibility to care for each other and to care for our world. May your time with us help you to be caring and creative communicators, bringing a measure of service and justice to your professional and personal pursuits, and a dedication to healing and repairing our broken world. Your time with us has been difficult and challenging in so many ways, not the least because of the pandemic. I know I speak for all the faculty here that I wish we had been able to spend less time staring at each other on our screens and more time sharing with each other in our classrooms. It brings to mind for me the words of J.R.R. Tolkien in The Lord of the Rings, when Frodo asks, "I wish it need not have happened in my time," and Gandalf responds, "So do I, and so do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us." So may your time with us help you to decide wisely. A benediction often takes the form of a blessing, and I don't want to disappoint anyone, so I'll conclude in that manner. In the book of Numbers, there's a famous series of blessings that's been incorporated into the liturgies of different religions. And while they're usually bestowed by a member of the clergy, they can also be delivered by parents and teachers. So I'll recite a version of the traditional threefold benediction and then end with one last blessing. May God bless you and keep you. May God be kind and gracious to you. May God look on you with favor and grant you peace. And may the divine presence, whatever manner makes sense to you, bless us all, so that we all may find the courage and the strength to make our lives a blessing and to make the world a better place than it was before. Amen. Congratulations, good luck, and stay in touch.